Artists, we know that sometimes when you're at stores in the aisles, you do not have access to electricity. So we've created some looks for you that you can use absolutely with no hot tools. This is the double knotted updo. All right, to begin, we're gonna go ahead and take our mannequin and we're gonna divide this in two sections. Taking our tail comb, we're gonna work in the back, right above the ear, and instead of creating a clean line, we're gonna go in with a zigzag line. Taking that from just the top of the ear, creating that zigzag, all the way to the opposite side. The reason I chose a zigzag is that way, if any of the scalp is showing, a zigzag line is going to help to avoid that. Isolate the top section. We're just going to work with the underneath hair. So grabbing this hair at the low point, we're going to be using the Sanvia pincushion brush. Brush underneath as well as from side to side. We're going to hold this here with our left hand and using our triple take 32, we're going to spray all the way around lightly. Now maintaining that compression, it doesn't have to be too tight. We're going to go in with one rubber band or elastic like such. Keeping that hair taut, we're just going to wrap this a few times around just to secure that. We'll be covering up the rubber band, but if it's an issue for you, take a small piece from underneath. Take two hairpins, insert the first one underneath the band, halfway. Wrap the hair over a few times to cover up the rubber band. Take a second hairpin, insert the remainder of the hair in between like a sewing needle and push it through the first needle all the way through. Push down into the hairpin and pull it all the way so that you don't see that. To really help to lock this in, I'm going to be using Control Addict 28 and applying that really wet at the base of the ponytail and allowing that to dry. Then dropping down the top section, I'm going to apply a little bit of the dry shampoo powder, 02. To activate this, apply your finger at the top, tilt it, and spray that into the hair all the way around. If you get too much product, it is not a problem. You can simply brush it out. Then using your Sanvia tail comb, we're going to take a 1-inch section at the top of the hairline. Over direct and back combing up the root, moving out towards the ends of the hair. You then are going to work at a diagonal, merging the sides with the previous section that you back combed. Slightly over directing and working around the head. Create a section that's in the center parallel to the first section and back comb that, merging that with the previous section that you back combed. And continue this all the way through the back until you meet the ponytail. Using the triple dry spray, we're going to spray the underneath surface lightly. And then we're going to go ahead and bring all this hair back. Using your pin brush by Santhea, we're then going to go in at a vertical and start smoothing this hair and gathering it to the back. The great thing about this is that we are incorporating the texture and frizz for a modern look on a classic look that we are modernizing. Holding the hair underneath the section will allow to give you control just lightly, and just brush all that hair all the way back, smoothing as you go, but not destroying all the volume that you've completed. You can also spray your brush with Control Addict 28 to help to further give you a little bit more control as you're brushing that section. Using your mirror for balance, you can check the shape. And then using an elastic, push that hair up to the base and wrap that just like you. All right, let's try that again. You can keep going, right? Mm-hmm. To make this doubly sure, more secure, we're going to take one rubber band and 2 bobby pins. Insert the first one underneath at the base of the ponytail. And wrapping that other bobby pin around to make it doubly secure, and insert that into the first one. Now what you can do is look at her from the front and make adjustments using your talcum. So if you want to create more volume, a little bit more separation, you can do that. You can also pull out pieces if you want to work with her facial shape. And then to finish the look in the back, you're going to take a little bit of dry shampoo paste, work it through your hands, run it through the section, slightly twist the section, putting your fingers through, wrapping the hair around, and pulling those ends through like a knot. You can fan out that section, holding it in place. Take your hairpins and start pinning those into place. To really secure that. You can decide whether or not you want to leave the little ends out or not. And then finish with the last one as well, twisting it, looping it around your fingers, pulling that ends through, fanning that out. You can make it as wide as you want to, securing with hairpins. Fanning out the sections. Mixing your Control Addict 28 to finalize the look. You can use your hands as well as a talcum to help to form the pieces in. You can also help to tighten up pieces. I want this to be a little bit more modern, a little bit more lived in, which is going to help to show off your colors. And fanning out that piece underneath. Optional, if you wanted to, you can take your curling iron and take the tendrils that you left around her face, give it a little bit of a kick, showing her little tendrils. And that last part's only if you have electricity. But there you have it. Double knotted, textured updo.